Now then, people, it's Joe or Leeds TV. Yes, I've got my hat on. Yes, I've got my scarves on. It's freezing in my garage. But there's another reason I've got the scarves on, because obviously Leeds United have tweeted out today, get your scarves out on Friday. So I'm doing this. I've got many more, I just couldn't find them all. But all I'm doing this out is just pleading with anyone going to the game, make sure you get your scarves out. I'm not doing this for Leeds, I'm doing this for myself, because there's no better sight at Ellen Road, especially on a Friday night in such a big game that we have, that we do show the support for the lads. And I can't remember which game it was last time that we did it, but it just looked amazing. And obviously the chant, Champions Europe, we are the champ, with the scarves, it's just brilliant, man. So make sure you get your scarves out on Friday, because the boys need the support now more than ever. Massive game on Friday, massive game. I'm so nervous. But it's an excited nervous, you know, nervous tension, whatever you want to call it. I'm just really excited for Friday, and hopefully the boys can get back to winning ways. Like I say, it's going to be very, very tough. Even more tough than we initially thought. Obviously, the magician that is Pablo is looking like a serious doubt, and I think it's highly likely that he ain't going to play. And just the feeling at the moment with the fans around the club, January not going to plan. Listen, it is only the 9th or 10th if you're watching this. It's currently the 9th. I'm doing it on the Wednesday night, but yeah, it's the 10th. We've still got a long way to go, guys. Let's not worry too much. But you know, it's only a Leeds thing in the space of fucking 24 hours. You know, Zubair's gone somewhere else. Darlow isn't happening. Vorm's been offered, and apparently Bielsa's turned him down. Baker's gone. You know, I think a lot of us said, and I've said so myself about Harrison and Baker at once upon a time, he said send them back, but I think, yeah, it just hasn't worked out for Baker. I think in this climate, though, and the current situation, it just further compounds the fact that we need more bodies in the door. You know, Baker, yeah, he hasn't played much. I think he started 2. He started in the Cups. He started 2 in the league, I believe. Hasn't done much at all. But he has been in every matchday squad, but I suppose it gives an opportunity for another one of the under-23s. I've just been listening to the LS11 podcast, and Ben Parker was just saying how much confidence the guys seem to exude against Hull when they played the other night and they beat Hull. I mean, Kung got 2 goals, for example. So that run out against QPR has done so much for their guys' confidence. And that can only be a good thing, right? And I suppose with Baker gone now, it leaves another spot for one of them to step up. And this is why, you know, for me, yes, it's tough at the minute, but everything that's happened, for me, all I keep thinking about is this end-of-season DVD, this end-of-season review, this Bielsa effect, Leeds United, the big club that we are, all the shit we've gone through, and how much we're going through at this, you know, this season alone, the 3-2 comebacks, the last-minute comebacks, you know, the records that we haven't, you know, beat Sheffield United, all these things, and then we beat them. The last time we did it was 1992, and we went up in 1992. All these things are happening, all the injuries, you know, players not in the door, players leaving, you know, it's just, it like size, you know, just everything. I think it's just going to make it all that bit sweeter, because I genuinely feel we're still going up, guys, and I hope you feel the same. You know, players not being in the door up to the 10th and injuries and all that shit. We've been through it, man. We've done it before. Just, it's different, man. We've got Bielsa at the helm. We've got Bielsa at the helm. You know, like I say, the press conference today, Pablo, massive doubt, massive loss. He's pivotal to everything we do. I think Bielsa said he's the difference between him and Roberts. Obviously, he creates the move, whereas Roberts is trying to finish the move, and it does look like to me that Roberts is going to play in the 10. Listen, when he came on against Hull, he did a decent job. He nearly scored against QPR. He had a couple of efforts. With better bodies around him, he could do a better job. So, and I really like Tyler Roberts, and if it is what it is and he has to play, then fair enough, you know. No Douglas, obviously Douglas is out, so who plays at left back? Probably think Leif Davis, but you've got Leif Davis, Pearce and Alioski as an option. I mean, me personally, lineup-wise, I'd like to see BPF in goal. Well, I wouldn't like to. I prefer someone else, but there's no one else in the door. Sorry. Ayling at right back. Cooper's going to be back. That's massive. He has to be back. You know, we've conceded a hell of a lot of goals recently. I believe by all accounts in the last, if I've got it here, we've conceded at least 2 goals in our last 4 games. and a lot of them have come from set pieces, and I think a lot of that's due to the fact that the defence has been, you know, held together with glue recently. At times, for me, Pontus has been the only guy holding that defence. He's been the defender on his own, especially against Forest, and I think against Villa for a period as well. He was just an absolute colossus. So if we can get Cooper back alongside him, it makes us so much stronger. And Derby have so many attacking options, so we need to get Cooper back in. And hopefully Cooper's going to be fit. So Ailing at right back, Cooper and Pontus. Left back for me, I would go Alioski. Surprising, but I think Alioski for me. Forshaw will play in the KP role, unfortunately. I just don't think he can. I like Forshaw in the midfield, that's fair enough. But in that anchor role, not for me. KP's the man, we need KP. But Forshaw's going to play there. You're going to have Click and Roberts. Click's going to have a rest. You know, he's had a rest now, much like the rest of them. So I'm really, really happy about that, because he has looked shaky. He hasn't looked the player that he once was. I mean, if you look back at the first game against Derby, for example, when he scored that lovely finish to put us 1-up, he looks a shadow of that former self in terms of confidence in front of goal for me. So hopefully we'll see a reinvigorated Click. Obviously, Tyler Roberts in the 10. I'm all for it, man. If Pablo can't play, go ahead, Tyler Roberts. I really like you, and I think you'll do a top job. And I think he's going to be an unreal footballer for years to, you know, in the coming seasons. Right mid, Jack Clark. Left mid, Jack Harrison. I think Harrison's done enough to warrant starting again. You know, we haven't got many options there. And for me, if I put Alioski at left back, I'm playing Harrison on the left wing. But then that, again, look, if Davis does play at left wing, then obviously Alioski, if Davis plays at left back and Alioski plays at left wing, then Harrison probably goes out on the right. But for me, I'd just like to see Jack Clark on the right, Harrison on the left, and then up top Roof. Don't know what you guys think, you might disagree. And I think the only change to that would be that Davis would play at left back, Alioski would play at left wing, and then Harrison would move out to the right. But that would be my lineup. Listen, look at that squad. If you compare that lineup to the lineup that we had previously, I mean, missing from that first game when we beat Derby 4-1, you're missing Samuel Saiz, you're missing Pablo Hernandez, you're missing Calvin Phillips, Barry Douglas, Berardi. Do you know what I mean? They're massive players for our team. Yeah, you could say with the Berardi situation, obviously, in effect, he's replaced by Pontus. So, you know, not that big of a loss. But Samuel Saiz, who, by the way, was on fire that game. Pablo Hernandez is just quintessential to everything we do. KP, no one's better than him in that role in our squad, if in the Championship. And Barry Douglas is a massive loss. So if you compare the two lineups, it's going to be very, very tough. But listen, the boys have been through worse. You know, I have every faith that they will run themselves into the ground to get us a result, and we need to get back to winning ways. I mean, Joe Urquhart's just recently tweeted out the injury list. I mean, Cooper, hopefully back Friday. Dallas, 2 to 3 weeks. Berardi should be back for Norwich, which is February. Barry Douglas, 2 weeks. Pablo should hopefully be back for the Stoke game. Izzy Brown, February. And Paddy Bamford, 2 to 3 weeks. But if you look at them, like, all them players being back, it's a massive boost to the team. I just hope we get back to winning ways and can continue to scrape or get results during this period where we've got all these players out, and the uncertainty of January, that we get through this difficult period. Because I keep coming back to it, these next 6-7 games are really, really tough for Leeds United. So I hope that when these boys come back, we're still in a comfortable position in the league. I'm not saying we're going to drop out of the top 6, but the top 2 is a realistic possibility. But these games that are coming up are so tough, and we're missing all them key men. And like I said, if you think back to what the probable lineup will be, there's just so much difference in personnel to the initial game. But listen, it's not just a massive game for us; it's a massive game for Derby County as well. You know, they've won winning 6. They've drawn a few, don't get me wrong, and got some positive results away in terms of, you know, win your home games, get points away, fair enough. But they've only won 1 in 6, and it was that cracker against Derby against Norwich when the floodlights went out, and they did us a favour, to be fair, getting a 4-3 win. But listen, they're 6. Forest are breathing down the necks. You know, Forest had a good result against us, and then a decent result in the Cup, I believe, in the FA Cup. So they're on an upturn of form. So you know, pressure's on Derby and Frank Lampard as well, guys. But I just think, look, home form, Bielsa effect, full house Friday night, scarves, we can do it, man, and these boys can do it, definitely. The one thing, you know, for me, Derby ain't going to play the same. Frank Lampard surely not stupid enough to meet fire with fire like he did in that first game. Yeah, they have attacking potential, but if they leave themselves open with spaces like they did last time, then we will punish them. Because even if you look back at the game against Forest, for example, we were the better team for me. Although we lost the game, we were the better team. And I speak to friends all the time who come and say they're so impressed with the way Leeds United are playing. We're the best footballing side in the Championship for me. You know, I was speaking to a Newcastle fan today who said to me, look, you're definitely going up, man, don't worry, you're the best side in the Championship, don't worry. And a lot of people in our comments on all these TVs still seem to think we are the team to beat, we are going up. But it's, I think with Leeds, because we're used to it, you know, being so close before, and you know, the grace in it and all the shite we've had to go through, we're just so nervous. But keep the faith, guys, trust me, we can do it. And Friday night we will turn the corner and start to win games again. Some big news, obviously, for Derby is the fact that Wilson may be out. He's their top scorer. He's scored 9 goals, and he's such a threat from long distance, from free kicks, and that's a big thing for me because we have BPF in goal. I know I keep coming back to him, and I feel like, you know, I just don't rate him all that much. Listen, I hope he's wrong, and I hope he goes on to be #1 for years to come. But I just don't rate him that much, and I think if Wilson's in the side, they're going to have efforts on goal, much like Leon Lawrence did with his free kick. They're going to be aware of BPF's frailties and want to shoot on sight, in my opinion. So if Wilson's out of the side, that can, you know, only be good. Scott Malone may come back in at left back. One big thing for me, and I know I looked at what Frank Lampard had to say in his press conference. They've come out and said they need centre backs. That's where they need to strengthen, and that for me is Derby's Achilles heel. Richard Keogh, he's garbage, absolutely terrible, and we can get at him all day. So that's a big thing, that they haven't been able to get a centre back in the door and fit and ready to go for us, because he can be got at, and I genuinely feel he's dog shite. Period. But like I said, they're not on a good run of form either. You know, yeah, they've not lost money, but it is only 1 win in 6 for them. I mean, the last 3 meetings with them, there's been over 2.5 goals. I think it will be high scoring again. I just think that both sides, although I don't think Derby will be as naive as they was before, there's just so much attacking threat on show that, you know, I think there will be goals. You could be looking at a fucking 3-2 again. You just don't know. But I think that, and look, we've conceded in the last 4 games 2 goals. But we do, you know, the only thing that's missing from us is being able to convert all these opportunities that we create into goals. We take 6-7 opportunities as opposed to some of the other teams that will take 2 or 3 opportunities and then score a goal. And that's the difference, isn't it, between Championship and the elite and stuff like that. Like, look at City, for example. They're playing Burton now. Within 5 minutes they're 1-0 up. They create chances, they score goals. Us, it's taken us more off. We need to be more efficient. Hopefully, I genuinely feel if Brown and Paddy can get into the side and have a decent run, you know, that will turn our season around as well, because I think Paddy Bamford's lethal in front of goal. I do really love Roof, but the more you look at the missed opportunities, I think he's class, don't get me wrong, and he's done a mint job, one of the most improved players under Bielsa, but I think the amount of opportunities that he has to have before scoring a goal, that would be more efficient with Paddy in the side. So there you have it. It's a pretty quick one for me. There's just so much pressure on. Like I say, guys, make sure you bring your scarves. Let's make Ellen Road absolutely bouncing on Friday night. I really can't wait. I haven't been to a game over the Christmas period because of the kids and family and stuff like that. You know how it is. So I think it feels like I haven't been for an age. But yeah, I'm going to on Friday, and I just really can't wait. And we all need to get behind the boys. You know, like I say, it's going to be a high scoring game for me. And I think we could run out 3-2 winners. 3-2 winners. I think it's going to be a mint game for the neutral to watch. And the only thing that is gutting is the current situation, you know, Pablo being out and then Baker going. Yeah, Baker's not a massive loss, but it just further compounds the current misery that seems to be going around on social media and stuff like that, and the fact we've lost 3 on the bounce. But what a way to turn the fortunes, guys, if we go to Welland Road and we give Derby a hiding, or we win again, you know what I mean, and get back on that winning run. And then we've got Stoke away, which I can't wait for as well, and they've just got a new manager, a brave appointment by them. So you know, things could change like that on Friday, and we could be back. And another big thing is the fact Norwich and West Brom are playing as well. So that's massive for us, because we could, you know, bridge that gap a little further maybe if we get a win against Derby and results go our way. Maybe they get a draw or something like that. You know what I mean? Or maybe Sheffield United and Sheffield United go into the top 2. I don't know. Just there's many permutations, but let's hope that we can get our game out of the way on Friday and put the pressure on the rest of them. But it's going to be a very tough game, and one that I'm massively excited for, and I hope you guys are too. And like I say, when I get back from Ellen Road on Friday after we've beat Derby, I'll be giving you your post-match review. But it's been a pleasure as always, guys. Thank you so much. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. I keep telling everyone, you know, this is our time, and I still genuinely believe that all these things are getting thrown at us are just going to make it even bigger come the end of the season. It's the Bielsa effect, and just imagine it now, all these things getting thrown out, you know what I mean? The injuries we've had to go through, the records we've broken, the winning run, the 3-2 comebacks, the 2 goals in the fucking 94th and 5th or whatever it was. It just is building up this massive picture for me, and it's our time. Don't forget that. It is our time. And Friday we'll get back on that winning run, believe me. Don't forget your scarves, boys. Marching on together. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.